Survivor Series War Games, with many twists and many turns. Today, I'll be giving you my reaction to the PLE that of course happened on Saturday night, giving you all my thoughts on the outcomes of every single match. So if you got enjoyed this video, it's going to be a nice one to record. Always, remember, smash the like and subscribe button to the my channel, and let's get into this one. Kicking off the show was the Women's War Games match with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley and AJ Lee, taking on Lash Legend, Nia Jax, the Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka, and of course the man, Becky Lynch. And the faces won, which I didn't give you my actual predictions, but this is what I thought. And AI predicted it. If you haven't watched the video yet, go and watch it now in the most recent videos, of course. But I did not predict this to happen. I actually thought the heel was going to win here because I thought Charlotte Flair was going to turn heel. But I think the things with Charlotte Flair on the night, she was actually with a special bright gear, which you never normally see with Charlotte Flair. She normally wearing something more, stylish and more like modern. But it was for a girl with a brain tumour and a lot of disabilities. So we're not going to comment on that because, of course, I don't want to get myself cancelled. And I really respect all that. And I respect Charlotte Flair for what she done. But so that really blew that all out the window. And I didn't really see any other heel turns after that. But I think with the quality in this match, I think the faces definitely should have won. If you look how many, like the women's there, they're top 5 of some of the most popular women's wrestlers and the most needed women's wrestlers right now in WWE. They make the most impact. And the heels could take the loss. I'm sorry, Lash Legend, she's only just coming up. Nia Jax has taken a couple of losses on her time, that's one thing for sure. The Kabuki Warriors can always win another time, they're still champions. And Becky Lynch, yes, she's tapped out AJ Lee twice now, but I think she'll get her get back on AJ Lee and probably get a win against her the next time they meet. But the Women's War Games match was not bad, to be fair. It felt very rushed, and I'm disappointed with no shark cages anymore, with them being in it. But this was not bad, it was better than what I thought it was going to be. In a rating, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't really, really bad, but it wasn't like spectacular. There was still a couple of botches in there. And listen, I'm not sexist. I don't go against women's wrestling. It's not my thing, because I've never really enjoyed women's wrestling. But I can see why people enjoy it. And yeah, there's still storylines there, but it will never be on the same level as men's wrestling. And I think we have to admit that. I understand we want to make women's wrestling a bigger thing, but if we're just speaking out of mind, it'll never be as good as men's wrestling. And that's understandable. Men are a lot bigger and stronger. But the Women's War Games match was good, to be fair, in its ways. Had its downs, but it was mainly ups. So 7 out of 10 for the Women's War Games match. And congratulations to Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and AJ Lee. The last time is now. The final PLE of John Cena is over. And John Cena has lost the Intercontinental Championship straight back to Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio defeats John Cena at Cena's final ever PLE in his WWE career. Of course, with one date left in his retirement tour in just under 2 weeks' time at Saturday Night's main event, December 13th. But this match was actually quite a good wrestling match, Dominic fooled everyone by faking injury, which I actually believed. I thought he was cooked. He landed on the back of his neck and his shoulders and everything. He looked pickled. And I thought it was done. But foolishness of John Cena, of course. Not realising that Dominic Mysterio is still cheating his ways and will do anything to win and get back his IC title. Or he claims his IC title. And all you can see by the picture you're seeing right now, there's a lot more to explain. So, of course, the Judgment Day was out there with him, including Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. And they both got ejected after attacking John Cena while the ref was checking on Dominic Mysterio. Cena got hit with the power, whatever it is, by Raquel Rodriguez. And of the Roxanne Perez's finisher as well. I'm sorry, I don't know the names. I'm not that known for the Judgment Day anymore. Used to have 2023, not anymore. But they all ejected, and then Finn Balor and JD McDonough came down while they were still working on Dominic. Started attacking Cena, but Cena put both of them up on his shoulders at the same time and AA'd them double, taking them out. And then Cena picked up Dominic, had him done, had him just for a last second kick out by Dominic Mysterio just to keep himself alive to try and reclaim his IC title. And when John was ready to clean up the house and get it all done, you heard Liv Morgan's music come back. While Cena called for a ref, he got something else in fact. Liv Morgan, for the first time since June of early this year, is back after a really bad shoulder injury. But she was back, and she came in. First, she looked at both of them and punched Dominic Mysterio in the mouth. And we all thought Liv Morgan was turning face, going against Dominic Mysterio and helping her childhood hero, John Cena, retain the IC title, keeping it around Cena's waist for his final ever match. But of course, that wasn't the way. She turned around, jumped on John Cena, hugging him, and then did the John Cena look like we saw at Elimination Chamber in March of this year. Low blow John Cena, and then pushed Cena on the ropes. I'm so sorry. 619, belt hit around the face, bit of storytelling there for heel Cena, and a frog smash by Dominic, and the referee came in. 1, 2, 3. It was over. Dominic Mysterio gets one of the biggest wins he'll ever have in his career, being the final ever man to defeat John Cena at a PLE, a premium live event, for, obviously, of course, the Intercontinental Championship, taking that away from John Cena as well, to become a 2-time Intercontinental Champion and beat John Cena at his final ever Survivor Series and his final ever premium live event, like I just said. But Liv Morgan's back. Very, very good match. About an 8, I'd give this. An 8 out of 10. It was better than the Women's War Games match, to be honest. I had more entertainment in this match. And, of course, seeing John Cena for the last ever time at a PLE was sad. But one last time. One date left. One more entrance, one more match, one more moment. And next up, Stephanie Vaquer defeats Nikki Bella to retain the Women's World Championship. And this was the best decision. And Nikki Bella had no chance. I can't lie, this match was very, very disappointing. I didn't really enjoy this match. I thought it was boring. And Nikki Bella looked slow. And to be honest, Stephanie Vaquer is arguably the best woman in the WWE right now. Of course, she's the Women's World Champion and is one of the best in-ring performances for a woman right now. And Nikki Bella's very past her time. We know this. And Nikki Bella, if we're being honest, was never the greatest wrestler. So Nikki Bella always looked behind this match. It looked like Stephanie Vaquer had to slow down a lot to try and get in Nikki Bella's pace, to try and make the match as balanced and as good as possible. Because if it was that one-sided, it would have ruined Nikki Bella for this more tour having like in her final run of the WWE. And it would have ruined it. So Stephanie Vaquer had to try and save the match and not make Nikki Bella look absolute crap here. So this match was just disappointing. I ain't really got a lot to say about this match, to be honest, because I didn't watch most of it. I was on my phone for most of this while watching it. And it was okay. Nikki Bella imitated like one finisher from Stephanie Vaquer. Of course, we've got Devil's Kiss on the announce table, which was kind of cool. But after that, there wasn't much to it. And Stephanie Vaquer winning, of course, was the best option, like I said. And Nikki Bella just disappointed me again. I'll be honest, Nikki Bella, as a wrestler, I do not rate her. That is one thing for sure. And Stephanie Vaquer proving why she deserves to be the Women's World Champion still. Can help other wrestlers that can't be at her pace, but can still put on a good show and not make it look like it is very, very false. So, obviously, props to Stephanie Vaquer. And this match is getting probably a 6.5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. Around that, it would not get a 7. I think 6.5 is the highest the match is getting. It was quite boring, and there was not much to it. So Stephanie Vaquer retains the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella to still be that strong Women's World Champion after winning the title at WrestlePalooza back in September. And the Men's War Games match. And like I said, the Vision won. And it was the best decision. I was quite a little bit down with this match, to be honest. I was a bit down. I think we could have got a little bit more from this match. Well, starting off the match, the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk taking on the Vision's Bron Breakker. And again, you'll call me a CM Punk hater, but I'm sorry. He was trash. Trash. At the start especially. Trash. Of course, the Vision having the advantage. I mean, they got second pick. And who do you think came out? Drew McIntyre entered the War Games cage. He's been in there twice before, of course, and for the third time in his career, he entered entered the War Games cage. Punk was taken down by both Breakker and McIntyre. And then the undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, came into the match. Going after Drew McIntyre straight away. Of course, they've had beef for the last couple of months since Cody Rhodes regained the World Championship off John Cena at SummerSlam. So they were going at it immediately. And then we saw Logan Paul come into the match. And this was interesting because in this time, Bron Breakker was on the shoulders of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk did a diving clothesline and he botched it. Bron Breakker, he fell on the back of his head and he looked concussed. And whose fault was it again? CM Punk. Proves my point, doesn't it? So Logan Paul came in while they distracted everybody from the Bron Breakker thing. Logan Paul was piecing everybody up, hitting some knockout punch and everything. And then Big Jim came into the match. Came in, started doing his thing, you know. He's not the main guy in his match. He's the weakest link, so he was trying to do the best he could. And he actually came in, hit a beautiful Whisper in the Wind on Paul and Breaker. And it was actually going really, really good. Jim was looking good. And then we saw big Bronson Reed come in. Came in and immediately tsunami'd Rhodes, Punk and Uso to take them all down for even longer. And of course, after that, main event Jey Uso's music here. Jey Uso came out, was piecing up everyone. And while everyone was down, he hit the run it back. And we actually runned it back in War Games. We ran it back. And Jey was up on top of the War Games cage, yeeting. Not a sight I'd be thinking of, to be honest. And while Jey was doing that, getting his moment, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, came out, entering the War Games cage for the first time. And teaming with someone, or team with multiple people, for the first time in over 21 years in his WWE career, since 2004 was the last time. Long time ago, ain't it? So Brock Lesnar came in, made everyone look like a mug. He dropped a couple people in their head like CM Punk, Cody Rhodes with the belly-to-belly suplex, which he done on Monday as well. He's got to be careful with this, bro. Got to be careful. But F5 everyone he could incite, took them all down and waited by the cage door while the OTC1 Roman Reigns came out and entered the War Games cage for the fourth time, I think? No, it was the third time in his career. He came into the match, but couldn't do anything yet. He had to wait. Brock Lesnar left the cage, and normally leaving the cage causes a forfeit for the team. But Brock Lesnar, he's not going to take that. So Roman Reigns hit 3 Superman punches on Brock Lesnar on the outside, and Brock picked him up while he's going to hit the fourth one and put Roman Reigns through the announce table on the outside, leaving him out of the match for a bit. But Roman eventually got into the match. He got into that ring, and Superman punched he could to anyone, taking them all down. Even with the brass knuckles of Bronson Reed getting his revenge from Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia last month, of course. Well, in October now. But he could, and he was piecing everyone up until the numbers of games started coming. The vision was strong. The vision was showing how they were connected. And there was bumps along the way between each member, and it showed the cracks starting to happen. And then it looked like CM Punk was going to pin Bron Breakker to get the big win for the division and make himself the big champion. But then a masked man jumped in the ring and super kicked CM Punk and then stomped him. A curb stomp, to be in fact. But I guess it's not Seth freaking Rollins. For me, we don't know. We'll probably find out tonight on Monday Night Raw. But I think it's Austin Theory. The returning Austin Theory, A-Town down, to give him the big push he deserved since that US title push back in 2023, being like to John Cena, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, and even more, to get back in a high spot and not be Grayson Waller's bum. So that happened, and then Bron Breakker hit a spear on CM Punk, and Bron Breakker hit one of the biggest things in his career, getting the pin to win War Games for the division, pinning the World Heavyweight Champion in CM Punk. So it is pretty guaranteed we are going to get CM Punk versus Bron Breakker for the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe it's Santa's main event, or they drag it out until the Royal Rumble next January, which would be very, very interesting if we got to see that. Breakker Punk, could they have Breakker take the world title off Punk before WrestleMania, and maybe Punk challenges Cody? Or do they just have Punk get a big win and then we get the rematch at WrestleMania? We don't know. We can't predict that. And this match for me, I'll still give it an 8 out of 10 because it was interesting and we still had a lot of stuff in it. But I think there was more that could have been done that match than have Jey Uso yeet for 5 minutes and then Brock Lesnar come in and kill everyone. It was quite predictable, but we needed something different, Papa H. And War Games was a bit of a letdown. It was a little bit let down, but I can't lie. WWE fans, all we are is we want more. We never can be balanced with what we get. So you'll never be happy, WWE fans, because we are fickle as anything. But here we are. It's who we are. But thank you for watching the video. It has been nice to record. I'll drop your War Games reaction down below, and of course what you thought of it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you little dirty faces soon. Goodbye, guys.